A little while ago, I was gonna fly to Montana for vacation, but I decided to drive instead so I could hunt for some video games. The trip to Montana and back is about 1,200 miles each way, plus some hunting miles in between, gets us to the 3,000 mile game hunt. Today I'm starting out in Southern California. Specifically, I'm in the high desert. Once I'm done here, I'm gonna move on to Vegas, and then from Vegas going to Utah, and then from Utah all the way up to Montana. So, without further ado, let's get started. All right, I'm here with Easy. We're gonna be yard sailing right now. He's got a whole little plan mapped out. Easy, you think the day is gonna go well?
I'm hoping.
He's been getting really lucky up here recently, so hopefully some of that luck passes on.
Lucky or skill?
All right, looks like they kind of baited us. That yard sale had games in the posting on the yard sale app, but we were the first one to ask and they didn't have anything. Easy was here a couple days ago. We're gonna check this place out. All right, it's gaming adjacent. I ended up picking up this brand new router. Apparently it's going for like 130 bucks on Amazon, so not a bad little pickup for 20 bucks. Not too bad for $5. Well, no games yet, but a couple random things that honestly aren't too bad, but yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find games out here. We're gonna try and head to the swap meet right now. We'll see if there's anything cool and any yard sales on the way there, but hopefully we can find some games. The yard sales were kind of a strikeout. We might have a lead later. We're gonna check out the swap meet right now, see if they got anything good. How much for the DVDs? $1. Okay. I guess I'm the DVD guy now. Well, any grails easy, or is it a bunch of nothing? I'm gonna guess you got nothing out there?
No, not at all.
Yeah, not a great swap meet today. All right, I think we're done here. Nothing spectacular at the swap meet. Ended up just getting this V Complete series for $1, and then Project Cars 2 for $2, so. At least I didn't spend a lot of money, but definitely not the best swap meet run we've done. All right, well, the yard sales were kind of a bust, so we're gonna check out GameStop here to see if they got anything good. All right, on the way back, we ended up catching this church yard sale, so we're gonna check it out, see if there's anything good. All right, unfortunately, nothing really good there. Keep moving on. We were about to skip it, but since we're right next to it, we're gonna head to the pawn shop, see if there's anything good. Alright, the yard sales and the swap meet were kind of a bust out here, but that's okay because now I'm heading to Game World. This is a store that's given out really good deals in the past. They might be closing pretty soon, so I'm gonna check it out and see if I can get anything good. Right, I've got this box of trade-in fodder. We'll take it into Game World, see what I can get. Well, that went better than expected. All those junk games I traded in, I ended up getting $95 in credit, and with that, I was able to get the Skylander Supercharger Starter Pack, Space Marine on 360, the Sims 2 Castaway, which this one I just learned about is like actually not a worthless game, Ghost Rider on PS2, which I am probably gonna keep this, Crash and Spyro Super Pack, and True Crime New York City. All this out of pocket only cost me $20, so can't complain about that. All right, one amazing game store to the next. Let's see what they got. All right, nothing too crazy. Ended up picking up One Punch Man, A Hero Nobody Knows on PS4, and Dark Messiah on 360. Both of those after discounts I got for $21. Not too bad. Now though, I've got kind of a long drive. I gotta head from here, Barstow, to Vegas. There might be a couple stores I'll be able to go to. There might be a couple stores I'll be able to go to in Vegas, but by the time I get there, a lot of stuff is probably gonna start closing. So I'll start heading there. We'll see if I can get anything. I just made it to Vegas. I'm gonna be checking out a pawn shop I've actually never been to. T&T Pawn and Jewelry. We'll see if they have any games. All right, not too bad. I ended up picking up Doom Eternal for $5. Can't complain about that. Keep moving on. All right, we got another pawn shop right here. It doesn't look like they're gonna have games, but you never know, man. It could be a good thing. Yeah, they just buy and sell gold. So I should have figured that walking in, but you never know. Plenty of consoles. All right, next up we got an electronics store that has a bunch of games in it. Last time I was here, they were doing like a buy two, get one or something. So we'll see if that sale's still going on. All right, that was kind of unfortunate. I really wanted to get that Fable 2 Platinum Hits, but unfortunately it was the Platinum Hits case, but they only had the regular Fable 2 discs, which I didn't realize until I'd already bought it. So I had to just waste a bunch of time trying to find something to exchange. It sucks too, because they were only asking $7 on it, so I had to find something worth $7 in the store. The only thing I could find that was even moderately worth it was Army of Two 40th Day, which is not nearly as good as a pickup, but it's still something. And then I also ended up getting Forza Horizon 3, which I better make sure it's the right one, yeah. And then 2 copies of Skyrim. All that for $45. If that was with Fable 2, that would have been a good deal, but without the Fable 2, it's like, it's an okay deal. All right, we'll see if we can have better luck at this other retro game store. Man, that sucks. All 3 of those Xbox games would have been great pickups, but all 3 of them were missing their manuals, which sucks, because they're gonna be really good deals, but we'll keep moving on. All right, we got another GameStop. Let's see if we can have a little bit more luck. Unfortunately, there just really wasn't anything good at this GameStop. Last stop of the day is a GameStop, and it is one that I've been to before, and last time I was there, they had a huge wall of retro games, so hopefully they still have it. We'll see if we can get a good deal tonight. Well, unfortunately, despite all those games being there, not one of them could save the day. But I did pick up something for my personal collection, Namco Museum DS. When I was younger, I actually made a really stupid video on this.
It absolutely sucks.
But yeah, it's finally nice to have it back in my collection. So getting that for like $7, can't complain. Well, nothing too crazy on day one of the 3,000 mile game hunt. In fact, the best pickup of the day wasn't even a video game, it was that router. But guys, it only gets better from here. Overall, I ended up spending about $126, and in return, I got about $640 worth of value, so can't complain too much. All right, guys, it is day 2 of the 3,000 mile game hunt. Currently, I'm on my way to Montana. Right now, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm gonna be game hunting at some pawn shops, thrift stores, and game stores today, trying to find some good deals on games, maybe pick up some DVDs and Blu-rays, and hey, anything in between. So, let's get started at my first stop here at Super Pawn. All right, not a bad way to start off day 2. They were doing $1 each in there for all their Xbox One games, so I ended up picking up Need for Speed Heat, Forza 5, and Forza Horizon 2. Those 3 for $3. Well, technically they only charged me $2.99, so not bad at all. Okay, let's see if we can keep the streak going at this GameStop. Alright, not too bad. Ended up picking up Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z and Hitman Season 1 on Xbox One, the Steelbook Edition. Both of those after discounts for $16. Can't complain about that. Alright, next GameStop, next Grail. Unfortunately, nothing great there. They did have some 360 and PS3 games, but it was nothing good. Alright, let's see if we can get any more $1 Xbox One games like the last one. Well, unfortunately, no dollar games there. All right, next up we got what used to be my local store back when I lived in Vegas. We'll see if they got anything good here. Last time I was here, I ended up getting Rhythm Heaven Fever for half of what they're charging now at GameStop, so we'll see if we can get lucky. Unfortunately, nothing good at that GameStop today. Now I'm gonna be heading to a Goodwill, which is not something I usually do, but this used to be my local Goodwill when I lived in Vegas, and I did get some decent deals here before. We'll see what they're doing nowadays. All right, next up we got this Salvation Army. I'm not expecting much here, but you never know, man. Okay, decent little pickup. Ended up picking up this movie called The Soldier with Kurt Russell. Never heard of it, but still sealed, and it's going for like 20 bucks on Amazon, so can't complain about that. Man, they still haven't fixed their doorway here. What the heck is going on here? All right, now that was a great score. They ended up just giving me this Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver on Dreamcast for free. There's just one little problem with it though. Oh. All right, next up we got one of the retro game stores that are here in Vegas. We Play Games. Last time I was here, I'm pretty sure they had pretty expensive games, but we'll see, man. I remember this used to be all video games. Now it's a bunch of toys. Seems like they've actually kind of changed a lot since the last time I've been here. Now it's kind of just a big collectibles shop that happens to sell some games, and honestly, I didn't really see anything great, so we'll keep moving on. Fortunately, right across from that store is a pawn shop, and last time I was here, I was with Gang Cognac, and I actually got a pretty good deal, so we'll see if they have any new games. All right, not too bad. Ended up picking up No Man's Sky and Minecraft Story Mode Season 2, both of those for 22 bucks. Not bad. All right, let's keep the pawn shop streak going. Okay, that ended up working out pretty well. Ended up picking up Wasteland 3. This is a game I've never seen before. NASCAR Heat 3, Cyberpunk Ultimate, College Football 25, and Dirt 3. All 5 of those for 38 bucks. That's a really good deal. Well, they didn't have any games on display, but I'm glad I asked. I ended up picking up Conan Exiles, which is still sealed, Midnight Club LA on PS3, the God of War Collection, Space Marine, Black Ops 2, God of War Saga, and Wet. All that for 38 bucks. Can't complain about that. All right, let's see if these guys are hiding any crazy games. Not quite as good as the last one, but Mutants in Manhattan for 10 bucks. Ain't gonna complain about that. All right, this is one of the only pawn shops in Vegas that I haven't been to. We'll see if they got any games here. They really didn't have much in there, but they did have Forza Motorsport 7 for 5 bucks. So, not gonna complain about that. Not bad at all. Ended up getting Jedi Survivor and Call of Duty Ghosts, both of those for 20 bucks. Keep moving on. Well, I haven't picked this up in a bit. Fallout 4, I mean, for 5 bucks, why not? All right, next up, I've got the only dedicated retro store in the entire Las Vegas area. I'm gonna check it out, see if they got any good games here. Last time I was here, it wasn't quite set up to be a retro store yet. They were just starting, so we'll see if they got some good stuff. If I'm being honest, out of all the new GameStop retro stores I've been to, that was probably the lamest. All right, next up, I've got a potentially pretty big deal going on. I caught a Facebook Marketplace post. It was a bunch of PS4 games. I managed to talk them down to $500 for the entire lot. There's roughly like 90 games in there, so that comes out to like $5.50 per game. There's really nothing too crazy in there, but it's a lot of really good solid stuff that I think is worth it for 500 bucks. But we'll see if he pulls through. He told me to meet him here at this at this Jack in the Box at 7 o'clock. I'm here 5 minutes early. We'll see if he pulls up.
10 seconds later.
Okay, the box is acquired. I'll go over this back where I'm staying. Good amount of games. Okay, so I separated it all out. This is kind of all the stuff that had a decent amount of value. So a pretty good amount of PS5 games, a lot of PS4 games. These 8 games are all still sealed. This was a good loose game right here, this Void game. And then all the stuff that was worth like maybe 10 bucks, around 10 bucks, I just kind of threw over here. So, not a bad haul for 500 bucks. I gotta say, buying that guy's collection while here in Vegas was definitely not expected, but hey, surprises like that are always welcome. I don't think I've really gotten this many quality PS4 games at once. A lot of these I didn't even know existed. The goal of this trip is mainly just to get to my family in Montana to hang out for vacation. I mean, getting games along the way, that's just an added bonus, but I definitely on day 2 was not expecting to get this many games. Overall, I ended up spending about 658 bucks, and in return, I caught just over $2,300 worth of value, so really can't complain about that. Alright guys, now begins day 3 of the 3,000 mile game hunt. Right now I'm in Mesquite, Nevada. This is like the last town on the way to Utah. There's only one pawn shop here. It's this Mr. Pawn. I'm gonna check and see if they have any games, and then I'll be moving on to Utah, so let's check this place out. I lost the footage, but you can imagine what was in there. Yeah, unfortunately nothing really great in there. But honestly, I wasn't even expecting them to have any video games, so it was cool seeing something, but nothing great. We'll keep moving on to Utah. All right, and now I'm in St. George. We'll check out this discount pawn here. They got video games right on the door. We'll see what they got. Well, there were a lot of games in there, but unfortunately, pretty much all of them were just out of my price range. But I did find a Blu-ray in there that was pretty good. Phone booth sealed. It's going for like almost 20 bucks on Amazon, so getting it for $2, not too bad. Alright, I ended up picking up Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8, Mario Wonder, and New Super Mario Bros. U. Not the craziest deal ever at $100 for the 4 of them, but Switch games sell like that, so figured why not. Well, there's my next pawn shop over there, but there was no parking in there and no parking in where I'm at now too, so this is gonna be a minute. Yeah, unfortunately, they didn't have anything good out on the floor. The way they had it all laid out, they probably had all the good stuff in the back, and then they kind of put out the junky stuff on the floor. And it was all pretty expensive, so we'll keep moving on. Hopefully we got better luck at the next pawn shops. A pawn shop for everyone. We'll see if I'm included with that. Unfortunately, nothing really good in there, except that Spyro Season of Ice. I do need every single Spyro Game Boy game complete in box. Unfortunately, that is the only one I actually have in my collection, so I wish it was Season of Fire, but whatever. Well, nothing too great at the pawn shop so far. We'll see if the one GameStop in town can save the day. Well, GameStop saved the day. So I ended up picking up Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Martyr. I guess it's pretty in demand right now. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, the Splinter Cell Trilogy, the Saints Row 1 and 2 Double Pack, Eternal Sonata, and they happen to have Pokemon Fire Red there. I checked it, it is authentic. And on the way out, I missed it somehow, but he let me know. They had a copy of Pokemon Emerald. Yep, I don't know how I missed it, but it was there. All of that for All of that after the discounts I had was $130. Can't complain about that. All right, I don't quite think I'm gonna get quite as good of a deal at our next stop, Deseret Industries, as I got at that GameStop, but you never know, man. Sometimes these thrift stores can surprise you. Those are gonna be here a while. Got some traffic here. Well, nothing there. We'll keep moving on. The other family pawn really didn't have any good deals on games, but we'll see if these guys are any different. All right, ended up picking up Black Ops 2 for $4. Not the best deal ever, but still something. All right, last pawn shop in St. George. Let's see what they can do for me. And in case you're wondering how I can see out my windshield, I can't. All right, I just got to Cedar City, Utah. There's only a few places here I'm gonna check out. Let's see if I can get lucky. All right, they weren't willing to come down on anything in there, but I was able to get Just Dance 2018 for $12. Not too bad. All right, next up is the Deseret here in Cedar City. We'll see if it's better than the one in St. George. You know, after looking at the footage, I probably should have checked this router to see if it was brand new. The first day of the game hunt showed me that even older routers, if they're brand new, they can still hold some decent value. All right, unfortunately nothing at the Deseret. There is a GameStop right across the street. There is a GameStop right across the street. I had been here once and I did get something, so we'll see if they have anything cool today. So at GameStop, ended up picking up Grand Age Medieval and Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth. This is the good one, not the weird sequel. Both of those after discount, ended up getting them for $16, so can't really complain about that. Unfortunately, nothing good at that pawn shop. There really wasn't anything good there last time I was here either. There's 2 more pawn shops I'm gonna check out in the city, and then I'll be done here in Cedar City. All right, I really didn't get anything too crazy at the other Pawn Pluses, but we'll see what these guys got. Actually, last time I was here in Cedar City, these guys did have some good games, so we'll see if they got anything cool since the last time I've been here. Yeah, kind of like the St. George ones. Nothing really great there. There's one more pawn shop here, and then I'm done for the day. All right, last pickup of the day, Secret of Mana on PS4 for $10. Not the craziest deal ever, but still something. I'll go ahead and put this back and I'll go ahead and lay everything out for the day. Well, I'd like to give a shout out to GameStop for saving the day, my first day in Utah. Getting Pokemon games at GameStop is always fun. The other pickups weren't really too crazy. If it hadn't been for that GameStop, honestly, the day would have been kind of a dud. But things are about to get a lot better once I head to Salt Lake City. Overall, I ended up spending about $274, and in return, I got just about $850 in value, so not too bad at all. It is day 4 of the 3,000-mile game hunt. Right now, I'm just south of Salt Lake City. I'm in Spanish Fork, Utah. There's one pawn shop here that I'm gonna go to, and then I'm gonna start heading up towards the big city. But it's time to find some game deals. Unfortunately, that was actually a pretty expensive pawn shop. We'll keep moving on. All right, first GameStop at the Salt Lake City area. Let's see what they got. Well, like always, they had the good stuff behind the counter. They had some PS2 games, some older stuff, but really the one I wanted was Mega Man X Command Mission. This thing's complete in box. It even has the trading card with it. And then I also got Dynasty Warriors 8. Both of those after discount, I ended up getting them for $30, so not a bad little way to start it off. All right, next up, it looks like we got 2 pawn shops right next to each other. We'll see who beats who. All right, right, we'll see if these guys maybe have some better deals. Both stores here did have a pretty decent selection of games, but nothing quite in my price range. We'll keep moving on. All right, next up is something familiar. We'll check out this Easy Pawn and see if they got any good deals. Unfortunately, nothing really great there. We will keep moving on. Well, next up we got a GameStop, but it is in a mall, so you never know what the mall GameStop could be. Could be some hidden grails here, or it could be absolutely nothing. Well, as is expected with most mall GameStops, there was nothing good. Apparently there's a pawn shop right in this little building here. I didn't see any advertisements for it at all, so I guess I'll check it out. I don't know how I missed that. All right, thank you.
Yeah, you have a great day, bro.
I'm not quite in the actual Salt Lake City itself yet, but man, this whole south side stretch, I've been striking out. Hopefully we can turn it around at this next pawn shop. Nope. Nothing. A lot of the pawn shops leading up to Salt Lake City, they've had a lot of games in them and there's a lot of good stuff in there, but a lot of them are really expensive. Kind of across the board at all these pawn shops, so not sure what's going on, but we'll see how it is in the city. All right, before heading into the city, we'll see if this GameStop can save the day. Did this get a reprint recently? Okay, the GameStop kind of came in clutch. It's not too often they have complete in-box DS games, and especially not good ones. Ended up picking up Fossil Fighters, Camping Mama, Gardening Mama, and Dinosaur King. All of that after discounts, I ended up spending about 52 bucks. Can't complain about that. Okay, it took a little bit, but now I'm actually in the greater Salt Lake area. Specifically, I'm in Riverton. I figured today I'm gonna try and cover the entire west side of the Salt Lake City area. And we're gonna start off at this Deseret right here. And hopefully they got some good stuff here. Unfortunately, nothing really good there, but that's okay because it was pretty close to this GameStop. We'll see if they got anything good. Ended up picking up Ultimate Alliance after discounts. I got it for 20 bucks. Not the best deal ever, but still not too bad. All right, next up we got this Big Dog Pawn. It honestly looks like kind of a rinky-dink little place, so hopefully they got some good deals. Okay, I was fearing for a little bit that I wasn't gonna get a single good deal at a pawn shop here in Salt Lake, but ended up getting Conan Exiles, Dynasty Warriors 9, Black Ops 2, and Guitar Hero Live, all four of those for 23 bucks. It's not bad at all. Well, it looks like we got another extreme pawn. Let's see if we can find any extreme deals. Let's see that off the, oh. Okay, that was decent. Not extreme, but decent. Ended up picking up Skyrim on PS4 and Ultimate Alliance 2. Unfortunately, it doesn't have its manual, but even without its manual, it still can go for like 20 bucks. And I got both of those for 20 bucks, so not too bad. Okay, I am done with the pawn shops now. I kind of went hard in that past hour because they all started closing. So this is what I got. From that first one, I ended up getting Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition and Mercenaries 2. Got those both for 14 bucks. That's not too bad. From the Easy Pawn, I ended up getting Mega Dimension Neptunia and a Naughty Bear, both of those for 16 bucks. I ended up stopping by a pawn shop that was doing $10 games, so I got Crash 4, Dead or Alive 5 on Xbox One, Air Conflicts Double Pack, and Attack on Titan on Xbox One, so the 4 of those for 40 bucks. Second to last pawn shop, I ended up getting Forza Horizon 2, it was 10 bucks. Ghost of Tsushima, it didn't have a price tag, so he just said $15. That's a really good price for this. Oh. And then they had Arkham Origins in their clearance bin. They did $27 for the 3 of these, but I know for sure Doublemint Games, they pay $9 for this. So if you subtract that, it's really as if I got these 2 for $18. So not bad at all. And then last pickup at the last Easy Pawn was kind of a sleeper. I kind of just know now that pinball games can be valuable, and this one is. They had this Stern pinball on Xbox One for $8, and it goes for like 25 to 30 bucks, so not too bad. Very last thing I'm gonna do, I happen to park next to a GameStop. I'm gonna head there, see what they got, and hopefully end it on a bang. All right, not a bad way to end it off. Ended up picking up Bakugan Defenders of the Core on PS3, NCAA 09, and Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, which this one's a pretty good one. All that after discounts, ended up getting them for 34 bucks, so can't complain about that. Well, I gotta say, those first set of pawn shops, they really had me worried that I wasn't gonna find a deal in Salt Lake City, but it ended up turning around pretty well once I actually got deep into the downtown area. And even as good as the last half of today went, day 2 was even better. Overall, I spent about 275 bucks, and in return, I got just about $890 worth of value, so can't complain about that. Today begins day 5 of the 3,000 mile game hunt. I'm still in the greater Salt Lake City area. Yesterday I covered pretty much all the pawn shops and GameStops and whatnot on the west side. Now I'm on the east side. I'm gonna be going to a bunch of pawn shops, GameStops, and the one retro GameStop that is in the greater Salt Lake area. But regardless of that, I'm gonna head to my first stop right here. All right, not a bad way to start it off. Ended up catching a couple games in their bargain bin. They were doing $2 a piece on anything in it. So I picked up Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition and Black Ops on the Wii. They were doing $2 each, so I paid $4 for the 2 of these. However, Doublemint Games, they pay $7 for Black Ops on the Wii. So really it's as if I got paid $3 to get Horizon Complete Edition. So not bad at all. I haven't really been getting the greatest deals at the Easy Pawns around here, but we'll see if these guys can change that. Unfortunately, nothing really good in there. We'll keep moving on. All right, we'll see if this Cash America can beat the Easy Pawn. All right, they certainly beat Easy Pawn. Ended up picking up Pokemon Leaf Green. I don't remember the last time I've seen an authentic Pokemon game in a pawn shop. Arkham Origins and the Princess Bride. $100 is pretty steep for Leaf Green, but I managed to get all 3 of these down to $90. And I know for sure Doublemint pays $107 on the Pokemon and then $9 on the Arkham Origins. So what is that together? $116. So really it's as if I got paid $26 to have Princess Bride sealed. So can't complain about that. Turns out next pawn shop is right across the street. So I'm just gonna go ahead and walk there.
Wait.
Not bad at all. Ended up picking up TMNT on 360, Skyrim Special Edition, Skyrim Anniversary Edition, Forza Horizon 3, and probably one of the most sought after games I've been looking for my own collection, Pokemon Platinum Loose Cartridge. I already have the case for it, so I've been looking for an authentic copy of this game for a while, and there it was. So all that for 65 bucks, you just can't beat that. Almost 7 hours and only 2 badges? This guy kind of sucks. Actually, I take it back. He's got Big Rick and Buddy Boy. So this guy's the best player of all time. Okay, thank you. All right, that was honestly a pretty bad selection at that last pawn shop, but we'll see if this easy pawn can make up for it. All right, not the craziest deal ever. Ended up picking up Attack on Titan and Forza Horizon 3 for 27 bucks. The Sportsman's I went to yesterday had a pretty good deal. We'll see if these guys are the same. Unfortunately, nothing really there. We'll keep moving on. I gotta say though, I really do appreciate that pretty much every single pawn shop today is on the same street. Okay, a decent pickup. Ended up getting Skyrim on PS4, again. Need for Speed Most Wanted on Xbox. SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, and Just Dance 2. I ended up paying $25 for the 4 of them. However, on Doubleman's buy list, they pay $4 for this, so really, it's as if I got the other 3 for $21, so not bad at all. These guys looked a little bougie on Google Maps, so I didn't know if they had games, but I called ahead and they said they had tons of them, so check these guys out. Well, that creature from the Krusty Krab actually wouldn't have been a bad deal for $2, but the disc was thrashed on it, so couldn't quite get it today. We'll keep moving on. Well, looks like I'm just about to enter downtown, but before I do that, I'm gonna check out this pawn shop. Unfortunately, nothing great there. We'll keep moving on to our next stop. Downtown Salt Lake's actually pretty cool. Next up, we got this High and Mike's pawn shop. There was another one I went to yesterday that I got a pretty good deal at. We'll see if these guys can do the same. All right, nothing really there. We're gonna start moving north. Well, they got the parking lot blocked off, so I'm gonna just say they just didn't have any games in there and move on. Okay, actually, never mind. I just saw some random guy just walk in through the front door, so I'm gonna go see if they're actually open. Okay, so it turns out they were technically closed. The business itself is gonna be closing down soon, so they're kind of like taking stuff in and out of the store. But they let me check out the games. Unfortunately, nothing really there I wanted. We'll keep moving on. Bountiful Pawn, huh? We'll see if they have a bountiful amount of games. Nothing really too crazy in there. Just picked up Skyrim Special Edition on PS4 for $8. I wasn't really planning on going to another GameStop besides the retro one, but we'll see if these guys have anything. So that pile of games on the counter is actually a trade-in that someone's doing, and the craziest part is that guy actually recognized me. He's a subscriber to my channel, and so a couple of the games there, the Guitar Hero Smash Hits and the Mutants in Manhattan on Xbox One, he's actually gonna just sell to me. So I'm waiting for him to finish the trade, and we'll do that deal. Can't complain about that. Definitely can't complain about that, man. Ended up meeting a subscriber, paying $20, got Mutants in Manhattan, Guitar Hero Smash Hits, Band Hero. I guess they couldn't take Band Hero. And then he was telling me they couldn't take Guitar Hero 3 on PS3. I could have sworn they could, but he ended up giving me all 4 of those for $20. That's awesome, man. All right, I've honestly gotten way luckier on this trip than I thought I ever could have. And I still have another day in Montana after this. So I think now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head to the dedicated retro GameStop that's in Riverdale, see what's there, and then I'll call it good after that. Well, our final stop for the day. Pretty much every employee in the entire greater Salt Lake area has been telling me that the Riverdale location, this is where all the good games are. So we'll check it out and see if it lives up to the hype. There actually was a lot of decent stuff in there. Not a lot of stuff I wanted, but I ended up picking up Alien Isolation on PS3. After points and discounts, I got it for $2, so not bad. Well, there's only one more day left in the trip, but honestly, I couldn't really be much happier. Finding a game like Pokemon Platinum, I've been looking for that for my collection for a long time. I very foolishly traded it into GameStop a long time ago when I was a kid. But yeah, overall good pickups for the second day in Salt Lake City. Overall, I ended up spending about 114 bucks, and in return, I got just over 500 bucks in value. So, really can't complain about that. Alright guys, it is now the final day of the 3,000 mile game hunt. It's been an incredible trip, guys. I really have gotten a lot more than I thought I would over the course of this trip. Right now I'm in Kalispell, Montana. There's really not a lot of places to hunt here, but I got some decent deals last time I was here, and it's been the entire summer since I've been here, so there could be some more video game deals here. Regardless of that, we'll check out my first pawn shop here and see if they got any good deals. I remember last time I was here, I actually didn't go to this one because it was closed. Unfortunate, because they did have a lot of Skylanders games in there. Unfortunately, none of them were on the PS4, those are the ones I'm looking for, but regardless of that, we'll keep moving on. These guys did have a lot of games last time I was here. We'll see if they got any good deals today. See if they can work a deal with these three. All right, not too bad at all. Ended up picking up 2 copies of Skyrim Anniversary Edition, and then a copy of Final Fantasy XII: The Zodiac Age. The 3 of those for 30 bucks, so not too bad there. There happens to be a thrift store right next to this pawn shop. I'm gonna check it out. I'm not expecting anything great, but you never know. Okay, that was pretty decent. Ended up picking up Game Party 3. This one was a surprise for me. 2 copies of Just Dance 2. And then a copy of Just Dance 3. All of these are just gonna go straight to Doublemint's buy list. I paid $4 for the 4 of those games. Doublemint pays 22 bucks, so it's as if I just made $18, so not bad. All right, we'll check out Sawbuck Pawn here. Last time I got a couple good games. We'll see if they got anything today. All right, thank you. Well, it looks like they really didn't get anything new since the last time I've been here. We'll keep moving on. All right, last time I was at this pawn shop, I got a pretty decent deal. I think I came out with like 10 games, so we'll see if they got anything good today. Unfortunately, nothing really great in there. A lot of those DVDs were all individually priced and were kind of expensive, and then it looks like they really didn't have any new games since the last time I've been here. I mean, understandable. I am in Kalispell, Montana. Like, there's really not a lot out here, so it makes sense that not a lot of games are getting funneled into these places, but what they did have was just either too expensive or just not too good. We'll keep moving on. I think next up, I'm actually going to go to the one GameStop that is around here. We'll head there, see if they have anything, and then after that, there's a ton of thrift stores I can go to. We'll check it out. Good old GameStop. It's been over 200 miles since I've been in another GameStop. Let's check this place out. Okay, that is definitely not what I expected to be in there, and honestly, I did not expect Captain America to be worth so much. It doesn't have its manual, but I didn't realize it was worth I didn't realize that even as a loose disc, it's worth like over 40 bucks. That's pretty crazy to me. I don't ever remember it being that high, but also, they had actually 2 copies of the Zelda Collector's Edition, so I picked one of them up, and after discounts, I ended up getting both of these for 50 bucks, so not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna check out one of these Flathead Industries thrift stores, see if they got any good games. There's actually a pretty decent amount of, honestly, pretty good PS2 games in there. Ended up picking up Ultimate Alliance for $2. I know Doublemint pays $9 on it, so it's as if I got paid $7, but also, why does the thing look like that? All right, and now it's time for the other Flathead. Looks like we've actually got a winner. All Alright, nothing too crazy there. Ended up picking up this like Power of Snow collector's edition DVD set thing for $2. Not too bad. Alright, next up we got a little tiny shoebox of a thrift store here. It looks like it was built out of some sort of old silo. So, we'll see if they got anything good. Now that was an absolute score. I probably got my favorite TV show of all time in there. Rosemary and Thyme. I don't know, I've never heard of this thing, but apparently this collection goes for like maybe 50, 60 bucks on Amazon, even in used condition. And I got it for 10 bucks, so why not? I thought the other thrift store I just went to was small, but this next one looks like it's just a house. So we'll check it out, see if they got anything good. Well, that's what I like to see. All the DVDs and games were $1 each. College Hoops 2K8, complete. Can't complain about that. Last two places I'm gonna go to here in Kalispell is a Salvation Army and a Goodwill. These are two places I just never really get deals at just because there's so many people shopping there. And Salvation Army and Goodwill, anything they usually get good in donations, they always keep for themselves and sell on their own online platforms. So it's pretty hard to find things on the floor as it is. But they also have like the most amount of customers of any of the thrift stores. So it's pretty hard to find deals in here, but I'll check them out. Kalispell's a small town. You never know. There actually was a decent amount of games there, a lot more than the last time I was here, but really nothing great. Alright, last stop in Montana is going to be this Goodwill right here. I'm not optimistic. Goodwills usually aren't good, but you never know. There could be a grail in here. Well, that is definitely not what I thought would be the last pickup in Montana. I ended up picking up this Marilyn Monroe collection of movies. I think it's 6 of them. Apparently this thing, even in used condition, can go for like 30 bucks on Amazon. Got it for $5. Why not? And I'll go ahead and lay out everything I got for the day. I really wasn't expecting to get much here in Montana, especially in the town I was in. I really doubt there's a lot of gamers that live there. But I was able to come away with some decent stuff, some decent DVDs, some actually pretty uncommon games, especially at that GameStop. Overall, I ended up spending just over 70 bucks and got almost $400 in value there. But this is absolutely everything laid out. There are some pickups here that I wasn't able to record, like that Deadpool and Xbox One you just saw. Yeah, honestly guys, the trip went way better than expected. I really was not expecting to get even like a quarter of this much games, especially because like the best part is that a lot of these games are really quality. There's really not a lot of fluff here. A lot of these PS4 games too that I got in Las Vegas are games I've never even heard of. Yeah, as we're looking at the wall, Skyrim. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many good games here. Like, if this was like, if you were stuck on a desert island and this was your selection of games, it would actually be pretty varied and you'd have a pretty decent time with this. Overall, across all 6 days, I ended up spending about $1,600, and in return, I got just about $5,800 in value. So, I really cannot complain about that. I will definitely be doing big trips like this in the future.